Shop Lowe's this Labor Day and find great deals for your home inside and out. Refresh your walls or renew your deck with $10 to $40 off paint, exterior stains, and resurfacers. And if you've been craving new appliances, get up to 40% off select appliance special values on some of the best brands in the business. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's. Paint offer valid 8/24 through 9/6 via rebate. Appliance offer valid 8/24 through 9/13. Exclusions apply. See store for details. U.S. only.
The crew members at Raising Cane's only cook to order, which means they don't cook your food until you order it for the freshest possible chicken fingers, fries, and toast. Be a back-to-school hero with Raising Cane.
You're listening to the Spark Radio Network, internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life. And listen for the spark.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Most writers and radio show hosts know that to connect with your fans, you need to do more than just write books or record the latest podcasts. There are many different elements that go into forming an online platform, but there are also many hidden traps. To make matters worse, solid advice on how to survive the muddy waters is scarce. In the book Hidden Traps, I talk about some of the important issues of working with an online platform, highlighting traps that could put your physical or internet security at risk or be harmful to your reputation. Are your social media posts just links with a few disjointed words, making you look like someone who can't complete a sentence? Did your new website cost you more than you anticipated? Are you leaking your personal contact details across the web without even knowing it? Then you need Hidden Traps. Hidden Traps is now available in paperback and ebook from a variety of retailers, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Kobo. Visit blackwolfpublications.com for more details.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687. 687.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your health care, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your health care while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org.
Here's George Foreman with InventHelp.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee a company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
Get your free inventor's information. Call 1-800-353-6490. That's 1-800-353-6490. Again, 1-800-353-6490.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Sometimes writers feel lost, unsure why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing into full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, offering manuscript critiques and line edits through a mentoring editorial style. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services, visit blackwolfeditorial.com.
Hello, America. This is Rick Robinson. We're about 45 seconds away from showtime at this point. Just wanted to break in and say, I hope everybody's having a great, not Monday. This will be in just about 45 seconds, the America Off the Rails show. Now, typically, this is usually where we talk politics and I rant and rave, but occasionally we have guests on. This is going to be one of the nights where we have a guest. We'll have special guest Dale Bellis, who's actually the executive director of Liberty Health Share. I think you guys really need to take a listen to this upcoming interview, because for those of you that are feeling stuck when it comes to the Affordable Care Act, he's going to be the guy that you need to listen to figure out a way to maybe make things a little better for you. I don't know if it'll be a good fit. I don't know if it'll be a great fit. That's up to you to decide. We'll let you know here in just a bit. Now, of course, we're going to open with the monologue here in a bit, so we don't have him on right away. But stay tuned. The show kicks off here in just about 30 seconds.
Having a place to go after school will make you a better student. Having an outlet to express yourself will make you a better artist. Having something to do together will make you a better family. At the Y, we're helping build better friends, listeners, writers, swimmers, scientists, and musicians, one chance at a time. Give the gift of opportunity. Support the Y at ymca.net. The Y, for a better us.
Keep on doing what you do, Rick. You're my favorite host.
This freedom is anything but free. What we have here depends on those who will fight for what they believe. When we stand together, there's nothing that we can achieve. This nation of people one in the name of liberty.
All right, folks, it is Tuesday evening, otherwise known as not Monday. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We're coming to you live from KLRNradio.com, where we break this stuff down for you every Monday through Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern. Also available on AMFM247.com every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Available on the Talk America Radio Network, the Liberty Channel. That, of course, is Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern. And then, of course, we're available on the Lanterns Radio Network every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern. Of course, available on various podcast sites, as well as crndigitaltalk.com, where the show can be heard every Saturday and Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, 7 Pacific. All in all, folks, that means this show is on somewhere 7 days a week, sometimes as many as 3, 4, or 5 times a day. really is just about that crazy in the world that we live in today. So if you want to take a break, maybe listen to somebody rant and rave, find something that you may agree or disagree with me on, I do invite you to tune in as often as you'd like. And you, of course, can do that podcast, Memorex, live, we don't care. Just the fact that you listen is amazing. All right, so as promised, we do have a guest coming up in just about a little over 2 minutes. But first, before we get to that, I want to let you guys know we did do a Tuesday hot take. Of course, we've started doing that for about the last couple of weeks. We take a poll of the day, get your pulse, then we talk about it. We will be doing that even though we have an interview for most of the show, so stay tuned for that as well. Of course, the hot take poll is actually brought to you by Liberty HealthShare. Is actually the executive director of Liberty HealthShare will be my guest here in just about a minute and 45 seconds or so. But speaking of that, we've got to get ready to take our first break so we can get him on the air. We've got a couple things we got to get set up. So I want you to, when we come back, to give a really warm welcome to Mr. Dale Bellis. And you guys stay tuned. We'll be right back here in just a little over about 90 seconds.
Sometimes riders feel lost, unsure why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing into full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, offering manuscript critiques and line edits through a mentoring editorial style. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services, visit blackwolfeditorial.com.
Come in store and you'll also get a 10-day sample of Double Wear Longwear Foundation in your perfect shade. Quantities are limited, so don't miss the Estee Lauder free gift. Now through August 23rd at Dillard's and Dillards.com.
Having a place to go after school will make you a better student. Having an outlet to express yourself will make you a better artist. Having something to do together will make you a better family. At the Y, we're helping build better friends, listeners, writers, swimmers, scientists, and musicians, one chance at a time. Give the gift of opportunity. Support the Y at ymca.net. The Y, for a better us.
Welcome back, folks. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We're coming to you live right now from KLRNradio.com. I'm joined this evening by Dale Bellis, the Executive Director of Liberty HealthShare, who is actually a friend of the show, who's coming on for the first time with us. So I want to take the moment to make sure everybody gives him a really warm welcome. Good evening, Dale. How are you?
Rick, I'm doing wonderfully well. Thank you so much for the invitation. Delighted to be with you.
It is my pleasure to have you here. This is something we've been trying to get organized with for the last couple of weeks, and on my end, we keep dropping the ball, so I want to thank you for your patience. All right, so before we really get started into this, I want to take a moment because there may be folks out there that don't really necessarily know what Liberty HealthShare is. Although we've been running the ad now for a bit, there's probably some people with some questions. I'd like to kind of start from the beginning. Why don't you let folks know kind of the idea behind Liberty HealthShare, what your role is there, etc.?
Sure. Liberty HealthShare is a nationwide nonprofit association of like-minded men and women of faith and values who focus around a common cause, and that's paying for each other's medical bills. And we do that without the aid of an insurance company or the government. And it really comes from an age-old tradition that people have engaged in for generations, really, particularly in small communities and local churches and other places where they just follow neighborly values. If somebody has a need, somebody is ill or sick or has a bill, they all rally around and help that person with that particular matter. And that's the tradition that we've launched as a solution, literally, for the healthcare crisis. So it comes from that Christian tradition, as well as making it now available for any and all who wish to join us. We're a relaunch, a reorganization of an existing healthcare sharing ministry that began in 1995, and we relaunched according to the terms of the Affordable Care Act, and are now growing immensely because of the interest in this area of really taking an individual step to reform our individual health care and not rely on the government to do it.
Well, that seems to be a really good point for some folks is at this point we want, especially the listeners to this show, they want the government out of their lives as much as possible. So it sounds like what you guys are providing is an alternative to the debacle that I personally call the Unaffordable Care Act, because it's done nothing to make healthcare affordable. It also seems like you guys have an interesting model, because it almost sounds like you've taken the whole, small town mentality and basically multiplied it by 1,000. So now basically if people have a need, they have a place to go to get that need met, which is an amazing concept. Now I have a question, and this is not something that we talked about beforehand, but with the election of Trump, did you guys see anything possibly changing with your model? Were you afraid that maybe if he did everything that he's promised he's going to do, that it may impact you? Because I got to say, right now, you guys are still sitting pretty good, because the Affordable Care Act is still a monster. It's still about to implode on itself. So it seems like you guys have got yourself a nice little spot picked out. I'm just kind of curious to see if you think the Trump administration as it progressives may or may not impact that, or have you guys given any thought to that?
We certainly have given thought to it. Healthcare sharing existed long before the Affordable Care Act. We thankfully experience an exemption from the ACA that is recognized healthcare sharing ministries and its members are not subject to the fines or the mandates of the ACA, and we can go into that in more detail if you'd like. But what we've seen out of Congress at this point is really, Rick, they're talking about the wrong subject in our estimation. They're talking about making health insurance affordable as opposed to making medical care affordable. And those are two separate topics. If we were focused on what are the reasons for the rising costs in medical care and how do we gain the most available access to medical care, we'd solve that issue relatively quickly. What they're talking about is making health insurance available. And it's talking about the symptoms and not the cause or the disease. And so the underlying question really is, how do we make healthcare affordable and accessible? And that's what we at Liberty Health Share have been focused on. And we're an alternative means for meeting the costs of our medical care.
All right, so I want to cover 2 points that you brought up in there. First of all, the fact that you had mentioned that your group and groups like yours are exempt. I actually wasn't aware that an exemption like that existed, so that's good to know. So basically, just to clarify, you're stating that folks that are actually a part of Liberty Health Share are not being held accountable for the mandates and things like that. Is that correct?
Pardon me, that's correct. Whenever the Affordable Care Act was passed in 2010, they included a section within the ACA that provided a exemption for members of healthcare sharing ministries. And that just simply means we help each other. And we are ethically and religiously motivated to do so. And we have a set of shared beliefs. People can check that out on our website, libertyhealthshare.org. That's one of the qualifications for being a healthcare sharing ministry, but there are 5 of them in the ACA, so that the members of a recognized healthcare sharing ministry, of which we're one, are then exempt from both the fines for not having insurance, because we are not insurance and don't even want to be, members are exempt from the fine, and secondly, are exempt from the mandates of the Affordable Care Act. That's also critically important because we decide among and between ourselves as to the kinds of bills we'll participate in and share in. We don't share in costs and expenses associated with things that would violate our conscience or closely held belief. We don't pay for people's abortions, as an example, because our members have decided we don't want our dollars to go towards those things. That would violate our conscience. So we're not subject to those mandates. We're all familiar with the court cases, by Hobby Lobby or by Conestoga Wagon or the Little Sisters of the Poor. We don't face that, gratefully, because we're exempt from those mandates.
That's actually really, really good to know. I also like the fact that you guys have the ability, because of those exemptions, to be able to put your money towards the healthcare stuff that your members' morals align with. Because I have to say, one of the things that has annoyed me about the ACA is the fact that me, as a 44-year-old married man, am paying for other people's birth control. I don't have any interest in birth control. My wife and I take care of that on our own. We have children. We have grandchildren. We're done with that. I don't need to pay for birth control anymore. Why are you making me? One last point, and then it's time for us to get a break in. I'm assuming you're staying for the next segment after the break. Is that correct?
I'd be delighted to, Rick. Thank you for the invitation to do so.
Not a problem. All right, so one last point, and then we'll take the break. I want to say thank you for finally saying something that I've been saying now for the last 7 years, and now 7+ years, because every time Congress starts talking about affordable health care and they talk about the little piece of paper that says that you have health insurance, that drives me crazy. Because just because you have insurance, it doesn't mean that you actually have access to health care. I know this for a fact because before the Affordable Care took effect, I had 2 forms of insurance. And I have one, and it sucks. And we need to stop focusing on insurance. We need to focus on healthcare. There are smart ways to get healthcare costs under control, and it seems like you guys and the product that you're offering seems like they might be one of them. All right, so at this point, we're going to have to take a really quick break, folks. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We'll be back in just a few minutes with my guest, the Executive Director from Liberty HealthShare, and we'll be back with you before you know it. Stay tuned.
The following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. 1 free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey folks, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Dr. Richard Harden. We are on the same mission, which is waking up America. We just have different paths. So stay tuned for some information on how you can keep up with Richard and all his work.
Visit Richard's website at rahardin.com. That's the World Wide Web at rahardin.com. At his website, you can see a summary of the 6 books he has written, where purchases may be made. He also has a link to 18 videos on YouTube and several blogs about Christian beliefs. If you prefer, visit Amazon.com /Kindle and type in Richard Harden to see and purchase his books.
All right, folks, welcome back. This is America Off the Rails, and I am again joined by my guest, Dale Bellis, the Executive Director of Liberty HealthShare, and we've been talking about a really great product that helps you get the government out of your health care without having to wait for the government to fix the mess. So welcome back to the program, Dale. And
thank you so much, Rick. It's a pleasure to be here.
It is my honor to have you here, sir. So we've kind of talked a lot about the different things that your group offers, like the fact that you have a cost-sharing method. It's not insurance. It doesn't count as insurance, but it keeps people out of dealing with the fines, the mandates, things like that. And it also gives them the power to support the medical costs and coverages of the things that they actually want to support, not the be-all and end-all, throw everything, including the kitchen sink, into your insurance plan and see how long it lasts kind of thing. So we've kind of been all over the place. So is there anything specific you want to kind of nail down and narrow down into while we're continuing the interview today?
Sure. And that is that because we're not insurance, we simply follow a methodology or a mindset. It's a new paradigm that when any one of our members have a medical bill, we ask a sufficient number of other members at their participation levels. We call them share amounts. We direct their share amounts directly to that member with a bill, and we pay the doctors and hospitals out of that member's online secure account. We call it a share box. So it's a methodology for meeting healthcare costs that really draw us together in community with one another. So that we're not just simply paying each other's bills, but we're supporting one another, sometimes through the biggest crises of our lives, so that we ask our members to set aside a share amount. It's $199 for a single, $299 for a couple, or $449 for a family of three or more. We don't count more than three. And those dollars are then matched with another member who has medical bills, and you seriously see online, openly, transparently, you see your dollars move from your account to theirs. You can message them with cheer or encouragement or prayer, whatever the case may be, and the dollars are then paid directly out of that member's account to the doctors and hospitals. And it's like crowdfunding. Whenever somebody has a bill, a sufficient number of members crowdfund them and pay the bill. And we're doing that month after month to the tune of about $16 million a month right now.
Wow! So you guys have figured out a way to basically crowdsource healthcare, which is an awesome idea.
Precisely so. We're member-to-member cost sharing, and so I set my money aside as well as all the other members, and our proprietary software online matches up the member with the bill, with the need, with those that are participating and giving, and we resolve those medical bills every month.
That just seems like an amazing concept. And you said this has been going on since, you said 1995?
They're in different iterations and different methodologies, but we launched Liberty HealthShare with our technology and our online software in 2012, and are using kind of modern technological means to really draw people together person to person across the nation. I mean, we currently have approximately 130,000 members, and all of those are participating every month, assisting each other in that online community.
That is just amazing. All right, so just in case somebody's tuning in for the first time, because we do have folks that come in and go out as the show goes on, why don't you remind folks what those numbers are again one more time? How many active participants do you guys have right now?
Well, we have 130,000 members, and depending upon whether, and depending on the household size, whether you're a single or a couple or a family, our most popular program, we call it Liberty Complete. and you set aside in your online account $199 for a single, $299 for a couple, $449 for a family of 3 or more. That money is then sent directly or matched with another member with a medical bill. You communicate with them and give them support, cheer, and encouragement. And we're sharing about $16 million of medical bills every month.
That is amazing. That you're literally sharing $16 million of medical bills a month?
And growing.
That just seems like,
and so
like
we have seen
number.
just dramatic response on the part of folks across America. Our members exist in all 50 states, and there's no limitation in terms of our participation. We are just a different methodology, number one, and a different mentality or paradigm. We're sending our money to another person, Rick. And in fact, our members tell us that's among the most important features that give them such a sense of significance. They're not sending their money to a company black hole somewhere. They are linked up with another person that they're contributing to and investing in their lives so that they feel a sense of participation and significance to assist a person with their medical bills, and then that community's there to assist them in case they have expenses.
You know, it's interesting that you bring that up, because I honestly think that's one of the things that has caused such a lapse when it comes to things like charity and other things like that, because we've gotten to the point now where the government basically removes from us and then takes our money and does whatever they want to do with it. And there's a vast number of people out there that think, well, I pay my taxes and that money goes to take care of the poor, so I don't need to do anything else. But people have forgotten about the interaction, the wellness that you feel when you realize that you're taking part of your time, your money, your talents to help other people. So, I mean, literally, it just seems like it is a great model all the way around. I'm actually honored to now have you guys as one of the regular sponsors for the program. I have announced that to folks before, so it's not a surprise. And also, as a sponsor to the program, I hope you consider yourself a friend of the program. You are welcome to come back anytime and continue to discuss Liberty Health Share. At this point, we have hit the bottom of the hour, so we're going to have to take another really quick break. You going to hang out for another few minutes, or are you ready to call it a day?
Rick, I'd be delighted to stay with you.
All right, well, we're going to take another really quick break. When we come back, we're going to keep talking with Dale Bellis, the Executive Director of Liberty Health Share. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We'll be back in just about 4 minutes.
The following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate Formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. One free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 $3 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey folks, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Dr. Richard Harden. We are on the same mission, which is waking up America. We just have different paths. So stay tuned for some information on how you can keep up with Richard and all his work.
Visit Richard's website at raharden.com. That's the World Wide Web at RAHARDIN.com. At his website, you can see a summary of the 6 books he has written, where purchases may be made. He also has a link to 18 videos on YouTube and several blogs about Christian beliefs. If you prefer, visit Amazon.com/Kindle and type in Richard Harden to see and purchase his books.
Sometimes writers feel lost, unsure why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing into full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, offering manuscript critiques and line edits through a mentoring editorial style. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services, visit blackwolfeditorial.com.
All right, folks, welcome back. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We've been talking Liberty Health Share. We've been talking crowdsourcing medical coverage. Our medical care. I'm sorry, not medical coverage. Bad, Rick. You just did what Congress did. All right, so I am joined by Dale Bellis, the Executive Director of Liberty Health Share, and we've been talking about the product and services they offer there. And we're going to continue the conversation here for just a little bit more. Sir, you are the guest of the program this evening, so I'm going to turn things back over to you. Which way you want to go now?
Well, that is so kind of you, Rick, and it's a real honor to be with you. What I wanted to say in our last segment and didn't get a chance to do so, and I'll do so now. Well, we have taken a simple principle. Really, it's a faith-based value that says God has placed us here on earth to use our time, effort, and resources to assist others when they're in need. Now, if that resonates with folks as to being their kind of value as well, those are the sorts of individuals we're attracting. Because we've simply taken that value and turned it into a solution for healthcare costs. So that whenever we're contributing each month and our dollars are going to another person who has bills, that sense of fulfillment and significance is being provided and awarded because my money is going to help another person. That's the principle behind what we do. And I just wanted to make sure we all understand that mentality is what makes healthcare sharing thrive and proceed, because that's the glue that holds us together.
All right. So why don't you remind folks again where it is that they can find out about the program and the information? I know you guys have a website. I give it out every show.
Yeah, libertyhealthshare.org. libertyhealthshare.org is our website. There's a place there to ask for an information packet. We call it a decision guide that can be delivered electronically to your email or by mail if you prefer. There's also a toll-free number to call. You can reach out to one of our valued advisors in our contact center, get all your questions answered, because as I've said, this is a paradigm shift. It may not be for everyone. They just need to get all their questions resolved and answered, or just peruse the pages of the website. But it's libertyhealthshare.org is the best place to go.
All right, sir. Well, it has been my pleasure having you on this evening. Is there anything else that you want to touch on?
Rick, I think we've pretty well covered the subject, except to say that if folks are looking for a solution for meeting health care costs that abandons the health insurance model and instead uses the basis of mutual aid, mutual assistance as the premise for accomplishing that, they need to check out Liberty Health Share.
All right, folks. Well, I've been sitting with my guest, Dale Bellis, the executive director of Liberty Health Share. If you're just now tuning in and you've missed the interview, never fear. As soon as the live broadcast ends, the podcast version will be available. I do encourage you to go back and check it out. Again, sir, I just want to say thank you for coming on with me this evening. It has been my pleasure to sit down with you and discuss Liberty Health Share in more detail. And you guys offer an amazing service, and I hope it continues to grow for you.
Thank you so much, Rick, and appreciate the time being with you.
Not a problem, sir. All right, folks, we're going to take a really quick break, and then when we come back, we actually have our hot take poll for Tuesday, and believe it or not, that's actually offered by our sponsor, Liberty Health Share, so we'll be back with that in just about 60 seconds. Stay tuned. Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government, so why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their healthcare. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your healthcare, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your healthcare while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org. All right, as promised, folks, here is the hot take poll for Tuesday, August 15th, 2017. Hot take poll was, what are the people who tear down historical monuments during protest? Are they A, heroes, B, vandals, C, a-holes, 5 other? Please comment. We'll be pushing back the network break for a couple minutes just to give us time to go through this, and then we'll be starting to wrap up the show. 4% of the people who answered this poll are idiots and said heroes. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? 60% said vandals. Yay. 31% said a-holes. So that's resounding 91% in the straight vote that said these people are insane. The 5% other comments include some that will have to be edited for radio, but we'll go over those. Give me just a second. I'm just trying to convince it that it needs to go ahead and open so I can read them. Privileged coddles little blubs whose parents should be ashamed and the NEA should be blamed for it. That was from my co-host on Friday nights, Mr. Dan Wright, a.k.a. Mad Feist. And then Alan, aka at Two Cynic Al, the host of the Hardcore Patriot Show, chimed in and said, nice to know we haven't socially evolved since ancient Egypt. And then we had at Rifleman Ford WVU, criminals and should be treated as such. And then we had at M1776, vandalism is just vandalism. It's never justified. So for once, we seem to have a almost resounding vote on one of these hot take polls, and most everybody that took part indicated these people are insane and they shouldn't be committing vandalism as an act of protest. All right, so since we've gone through that, we're going to go ahead and take the network break that we have to take now. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We will be back here in just about 120 seconds, actually, to start wrapping up the show. We'll be right back.
Will you
following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. One free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call
Welcome back, folks. So there's lots of stuff going on in the news. We were all over it with Jen and Rick the previous hour. I don't have much time to touch on it now, but we do have a couple of segments left, so we might as well get to some of it. Look, I have a question. For those of you that are still on the I hate Donald Trump train, I have a question. What was he supposed to do when it came to these instances that we've been talking about for the past several days now? What was it he was supposed to do? Because he came out almost immediately and condemned violence on both sides. Because there was violence on both sides. You may not like it. You may not like the fact that he said it. Because for some reason, Antifa is getting a free pass. You know, there's something that I've been talking about now for days, and I have to say this here as well, because it's been put out on several shows, but not necessarily on this one. We're talking about two sides of the same coin, and I know I said some of this last night, but I'm going to say it again. We're talking about authoritarianism versus totalitarianism, which are both forms of progressivism. So we are literally, in America, allowing ourselves to get caught up into two forms of progressivism that we've gone to war over before, and we're literally picking sides. I've seen people from Mitt Romney to Donald Trump in one form or another during the last couple of years picking sides on this particular argument. Mitt Romney just picked a side tonight and said that basically Nazis were bad, but Antifa was good because they were opposing racism and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Not to mention the point of the fact that we're literally talking about Nazism versus communism, which we've gone to war against both and beat them both back, and it sounds like we as Americans need to do it again. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? Look, I'm done pulling punches. Literally. Sorry, Ron. Inside joke. You got to hang out in the chat room sometime, folks. You may understand some of the things that we kind of allude to here that some of you that listen on other places and hear on a replay are like, what are they talking about? But anyway, it's an inside joke. Apparently, I say the word literally way too often, and it's being brought to my attention. I think it's actually become the or of broadcasting, because, you know, that's the first thing that we are beaten into submission to get rid of. As much as possible, we don't say the word or the word So I think literally is kind of taking its place. So I'm actively working on that now, which sadly means that I notice every single time that I say it now, which has become kind of painful and funny all at the same time. But the point that I was trying to make before I got distracted by the fact that I said the L word, see, I found a way to cover it, is the fact that we are talking about two forms of progressivism, neither one of which actually have a place in America. That doesn't mean they don't have the right under the First Amendment to peacefully assemble and talk about things that I don't necessarily agree with and that I personally find abhorrent. It just means that they literally, don't have a place in this country. Seriously. But just because I agree with their right to assemble doesn't mean I don't agree that they're not both jackwagons. Alright, so we're going to take the last break, get out of the way a couple minutes early. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. Stay tuned. Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your health care, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your health care while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org.
The following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. One free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
All right, folks, welcome back. Well, again, we've been talking about the speeches that Donald Trump has been giving over the last several days to try to quell some of this mess. So first, he did what a politician would do and called out violence on both sides. Didn't really mention any names, which was kind of the political thing to do, because normally they get yelled at when they mention names, because they're giving spotlights to crazy people, but apparently the media wanted him to mention names. So he comes back in a press briefing yesterday and actually mentions names, press conference yesterday and mentions names, and apparently it was too little too late. Then he comes back on today and again starts calling out violence on both sides and says, there was violence on both sides, and this destruction of monuments is insanity. And what's next? Are we going to start tearing down the statues of Washington and Thomas Jefferson, because they were slave owners too? Well, I have another question, because this is something that honestly, ever since I saw the statue being torn down yesterday, and the one that was removed from now Emancipation Park recently as well. There's a statue of Lenin in Seattle. Lenin literally killed millions and millions and millions of people. Actually, communism as a whole has killed many, many more people than Nazism. So why are all these statues of Lenin okay if we're going to start tearing down, statues of slave owners and this, that, and the other, and, the Confederate Army was all about slavery and these people were animals. Never mind the fact that most of the armies on both sides were conscripted. For those of you who don't know what that means, that's a fancy word for being drafted. So a lot of these folks that were fighting, they didn't really have a choice. There's also a lot more that went on about the Civil War than anybody really ever talks about. I encourage you, if you have a moment, sometime on a weekend, just Google Abraham Lincoln and the Civil War. You're going to find all kinds of things that nobody talks about that would actually shed some light on some of the things that happened around the Civil War, during the Civil War, and after the Civil War. Because there was an entire plan in place as far as Lincoln was concerned as to what he was going to do after the slaves were emancipated, and nobody talks about that either. And it's not a good plan. It's not a great plan. It honestly kind of reminds me of a plot from an Austin Powers movie. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? But anyway, look, all of this is crazy. The simple fact of the matter is, whatever side of the argument you're on, if you're not waving an Antifa flag or you're not waving a Nazi flag, and you don't think either one of them are good, welcome to my side of the argument, because that's literally where I am right now. Neither one of these things are what we need in this country. It is plain and simple, that easy. They're both wrong. They're both bad. They don't have a place here. Unfortunately, our First Amendment gives them the ability to assemble peacefully and say things that I may not necessarily want them to be able to say, as long as they are doing it peacefully. Running people over with cars is not peaceful. Tearing down monuments is not peaceful. Therefore, those are no longer considered protests. Those are considered acts of violence and need to be dealt with accordingly. It really is that simple. Antifa is not and does not speak for me. The alt-right and Nazism is not and does not speak for me. And it all really is pretty much that simple. I cannot make it any plainer, any clearer than that. That is going to just about do it for this particular episode of America Off the Rails, folks. I am your host, Rick Robinson. We, again, do this thing every Monday through Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern. If you like what we do here, I do encourage you to follow along at AOTR_host. Again, you can take part in the hot take polls that typically take place, usually get put in just before about 8 o'clock Central every morning. They do run for 24 hours, but we usually discuss the results live on air before the poll actually closes. And again, if you like what we do here and you can take the time to listen live, make sure you hang out in the chat room if you so choose. If not, no matter how you choose to listen, I do just appreciate the fact that you take the time to listen. And again, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day and your busy lives to spend time with yours truly. Again, this is America Off the Rails. I am your host, Rick Robinson. We'll be back with you live tomorrow night. I have another guest. Believe it or not, we have 2 guests in a row. I know we do not usually do that very often, but the show's getting kind of popular and more people are wanting to come on, so I'm having to kind of spread them out and schedule them a little more often. So we have a guest. I will not be announcing him yet. You'll have to tune in tomorrow to find out who it is. You guys have a great night. Take care. God bless.
I hate this place. Nothing works here. The medications don't work. I've been here for 7 years.
The crew members at Raising Cane's only cook to order, which means they don't cook your food until you order it for the freshest possible chicken fingers, fries, and toast. Be a back-to-school hero with Raising Cane's.
Shop Lowe's this Labor Day for great buys to help you enjoy your outdoors a great deal more. Freshen up your landscape with premium mulch. Now 5 bags are just $10. And if you're having people over to celebrate the holiday weekend, be prepared to grill with a 2-pack of Kingsford charcoal now for just $9.88. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's. Mulch offer valid 8/30 through 9/13. Charcoal offer valid 8/31 through 9/4. Limit 2 per customer. While supplies last, selection varies by location. U.S. only. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
With free next-day delivery from Staples, you can run your business like a pro. You can guarantee the marketing department that they'll get their supplies tomorrow and guarantee the accounting department that they'll be delivered free. With free next-day delivery, you'll have the ability to move deadlines up and adjust budgets down. Go to staples.com and get the office essentials you need delivered next day for free. Staples. It's pro time. Orders over $49.99 placed by 5 p.m. Excludes weekends and holidays. Eligible items only.